Are y'all ready to head off the trails? I'm the Cryptid Huntress, Jessica Jones, and I'm ready to take you on a mysterious journey right now. We welcome you to Off the Trails right here on the Spaced Out Radio's YouTube channel. If you guys haven't hit subscribe yet, please do. We would love to have y'all. Shout out to Bumblefoot for that amazing intro music. I really appreciate that. And you guys, please follow us on social media. You can find us at Twitter at Spaced Out Radio, on Instagram at Spaced Out Radio Show, and on TikTok at Spaced Out Radio. You guys can find me at thecryptidhuntress.com. And I have some pretty awesome weekday shows and weeknight shows every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern and Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern over there at the Cryptid Huntress. Also, I have a really awesome Patreon. Okay, if you guys would like to support what I'm doing, that's the Cryptid Huntress over on Patreon, and also War Woman Goods. That is my shop. And I want to thank everybody for being a member of my Patreon and for supporting me through that shop. Also, we have the Space Travelers Club here at Spaced Out Radio. I hope you guys will go join us there. There's lots of cool perks there. And yeah, so y'all go do that too. It really helps support the cause over here. And we could use all the support we can get. Okay. So I have a fantastic guest here at Spaced Out Radio tonight. I have Javier Morales here with Cryptid 559. And don't forget that right after this show, we have After Hours with a great program set up for us tonight. So let's get to our guest. Javier Morales is with Cryptid 559, a group who is intrigued by cryptozoology. They share experiences of cryptids and UFO encounters, exploring and investigating the Central San Joaquin Valley, searching for cryptid and UFO evidence. Cryptid 559 is located in the Central San. Oh, I just read that. I'm so sorry, y'all. They're near Yosemite National Park, Sequoia National Park, and Kings Canyon National Park. If you've ever had an encounter with a cryptid creature or UFO, or you live in their area, you can contact them, tell them your story, and they'll never give out any information or anything without your consent. Okay, and their areas of coverage are Fresno, Tulare, Madera, and Kings Counties. Okay, so I got to interview Javier at the Las Vegas fan party for Spaced Out Radio this past May. And we had such a great time. I brought him on my channel over at the Cryptid Huntress. And so tonight, I've got Javier here at Spaced Out Radio. So you guys, please help me welcome to the show tonight, Javier with Cryptid 559.
Hello, everybody. Hi. Thank you for
Hey,
having
Javier.
me.
Oh, of course, of course. I think you have some of the most incredible stories and firsthand experience with cryptids, Javier. And I appreciate you being here tonight to talk about that with me and my audience.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, we had a good time in Vegas, didn't we? With we spent that whole day on air. Yeah, that was a great time.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah. Got to meet a lot of people, great people. Yeah.
Yeah, and so you're not just one person. Like Cryptid 559, you've got a team of folks out there, right?
Well, we got two other members. It's my friend Jesus, and then my cousin Jose. And Jose, you hardly ever see him. He's behind. He wants to be behind the cameras and taking pictures and videos. So he doesn't like to be showing his face around and on the cameras and stuff. But yeah, but Jesus has been on interviews with me. Yeah, you've seen Jesus.
Nice. Well, I have not met Jesus yet or Jose. I don't blame Jose, man. I understand not wanting to be on camera. But yeah, we'll have to get them on the show sometime too. And I know I would have loved to have had Jose on here, but it was kind of a last minute kind of deal this weekend. So we're gonna make sure he comes on next time with us. Okay, that would be great.
Sure.
Yeah. So most notably, okay, of all the stories and all the encounters that you guys have had, there's one in particular that really piqued my interest, and that is of a massive dogman that you guys encountered out in California. Would you mind telling my audience about that?
Yes, correct. Sure. It was back in 2008. It was me and my cousin, Jose. So we had just gotten these night vision goggles. Nothing expensive. We just got some off the site that somebody was selling, and we bought them. They were cheap, and we wanted to try them out. So we ended up going up to Avocado Lake area, and if you follow our channel, I'm always talking about the Avocado Lake, and that's a hot spot. It's almost like, we call it. It's just like Skinwalker Ranch to us. We have our own Skinwalker Ranch, and it's all by Avocado Lake. So all this phenomena is happening around this area. So anyway, so we go out to just a little bit north of Avocado Lake, to a bridge, and there's a turnout next to this bridge, and we parked there. So this particular evening, we got there just as it was getting dark, so we could try out these night vision goggles. And so we parked the van, we got off, and he got a pair. He got one of them, and I got one. So we were trying to get a feel for them, right? And then so he was looking down along the Kings River. He was looking at the river and the river bank, and I was looking over here with the other one at the mountain ridges, see if I can see anything and just get a feel for it. And right away he notices like two set of eyes looking down from the river bottom. They looked like eyes. It was like eye shine through the night vision goggles, and he was telling me, "Hey, check this out. It looks like two set of eyes. There's something down there by the river bottom just below us." And so I look on his night vision goggles, and sure enough, it looked like eye shine, two sets, and I go, okay, well, see if they blink or if they move, or just pay attention to them, and then let me know. So he said, okay. So he was concentrated on that, and then I was over here with the other one, looking at the mountain ridges, turning around and moving around, and then all of a sudden, there's a mountain ridge behind us. So there's a road, and then there's the start of a mountain ridge right behind us. So I bring down my night vision goggles, and I turn around, and I see this, like on the ridge right there, right behind us. And I'm saying, what the heck? And I didn't say anything out loud. And I'm watching this, and it's doing this, and then it drops on all fours, and it starts running on all fours along the ridge. And this thing is massive. In my head, I thought it was a Sasquatch. I couldn't see the face. I could just see the body. It was a human body, very muscular. I mean, muscles. Everything was muscle. This thing, you can see all the outline, the arms of like a human, but it's all muscle. The chest. When he was doing this, you can see the chest. So when he was doing this, I can say he was about at least 8 to 10 feet tall, at least. The chest part was at least 4 to 5 feet wide. And then he went on all fours. Okay, he went on all fours, and he started running on all fours. And then he got to a certain part of this mountain ridge where there's a crease. So before this crease, he stopped, and then he rose its arms up, and he grabbed the side of the ridge there. So I can see his hands. When he did that, I can see the hands. It had claws. You can see the claws. And again, I could see all the arms, all muscular. And then I could see the back. It came down, his back came down all the way down to a V. And then you saw his hips, and I could see his calves, all muscle. Everything was muscle. It was all black, and it wasn't like a ghost apparition, because it blocked out anything behind it, so I couldn't see through it. You know what I mean? Like a spirit or something, like an apparition. You can see through them. Yeah. This wasn't an apparition. This thing was solid. It was there. But the funny thing about it, when it was running and doing this, I didn't hear any noise, nothing at all. It didn't make a sound. So when it grabbed onto the side of the ridge there, it leaped. It brought its legs up. I saw the calves again, and then I saw what on his hips. I saw what looked like it resembled ripped shorts to me, and I don't know if it was hair, but in my mind, it was telling me it was ripped shorts, like the Incredible Hulk, but it was ripped shorts that it had on. Okay, I didn't see a tail. Still, I still hadn't seen a face. So it did it again. Did it a second time. It reached up and grabbed the side of the hill again, and then that's when it turned its head to the side, and that's when I saw the long snout. I saw the canines, and I saw the pointy ears. It was looking right back at us. And then when it did that, it crawled over low to the ground, inches from the ground, on all fours, like a spider, and it went over the ridge.
Wow!
But never made a sound. Nothing. My cousin didn't even turn around. I didn't break visual. I didn't tell him anything because I wanted to concentrate. I wanted to remember everything that I was seeing. So I'd never even touched him, and he never heard nothing. So this thing never made a sound. It was stealth.
Wow.
And when it was
I
running,
hear
it was moving kind of weird. It was moving like it's kind of Brown Dwarf explained it once on Spaced Out Radio, when you know how you drop cartoons on a book, like a notebook on the corners, and then you flip them. That's how
Yes.
it was moving. It was kind
It's
of
like it's
weird,
missing a frame.
like a
Yeah, it's like it's
floating.
missing a frame in a
Yeah,
video or something, because I've seen a video
exactly.
of
That's how it
an
was.
actual dog
That's
man. It does. It looks like that. It's real choppy, right?
exactly. It's like I'm watching a film, but it's not a film. It's right there, and that's what it was like a film. But dude, this thing was fast. It was stealth. It was huge. And yeah, it's like it was crazy. I mean, I never thought in my life I would see. I've heard of Dogman, but I never heard about him in the valley here. We were up there because Sasquatch was a family of Sasquatch had been seen up there by Avocado Lake, and also it's a UFO hotspot area. A lot of sightings up there, UFOs, strange lights and orbs and stuff. But never thought I would see a dog-headed creature until I had my encounter there. And yeah, ever since then we've been going out. The next day we went out in the day, ended up finding a print, and I sent you a picture. We ended up finding a footprint there at that turnout.
Let's see. I've got some pictures here. Yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
with it wearing shorts potentially, okay, red shorts. Do you think it could have been a werewolf instead of a dog man?
It could have been. I mean, it's a possibility. I mean, it could have been a skinwalker also. People are telling me it could have been a skinwalker. I mean, but I don't know if skinwalkers get that big, like built up like a muscle. Like, I mean, this thing was a bodybuilder, but huge. And I'm not familiar with skinwalkers. I don't know if they get that big. But yeah, I mean, it's a possibility. But
Wow.
yeah, there's
Is
a print
okay.
there. I don't know if you can see
This is
it.
the print. Well, we've
Yeah,
got it in black and white as well. You can see it a little bit better with the black and white, I think.
right. Yeah. So the heel is I'm pointing one direction and the foot is pointing the opposite direction. So the claws are up on the front, and then that's the heel in the back there. Kind
I
of
mean,
see
that's
the
a pretty
outline there.
good. That's a pretty good print right there. I got to say, I'm impressed with that one, Javier. Um, that's
Yeah.
huge too.
And remember, this is
That's
a
a big print.
turnout. This is compressed. This is compressed soil. This is a turnout right next to the road. So all this soil is compressed, and it wasn't muddy or anything. This is dry. It was in the summer. So whatever made that print had weight to it to make that print.
Wow.
Like I'm telling you, this thing was massive. Yeah.
Wow. And it was stealthy and it didn't make any noise. And I hear that over and over and over again. It almost just doesn't make sense for these things to be so big and so bulky and large and to make no noise at all.
Exactly.
That's pretty terrifying actually. It adds to the terrifying part of it, in my opinion. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
yeah, exactly. Because I don't know what it was doing when I when I first saw it. I thought it was sneaking up on us, honestly. But then I'm thinking about it now, later on. Um, maybe it was trying to get my attention because maybe it had babies down by the bottom that we were looking at, or it could have been something that he was after. Maybe he was angry because we got in the middle of his food. I don't know because when after I saw the encounter, the dog man went over the ridge there. I told my cousin, and my cousin was all upset. I didn't tell him to turn around and this and that. But then we looked down by the river bottom, and that eye shine, those two sets, they weren't there no more. They were gone. So I don't know what was down there. I don't know, like I said, if it was the dog man's food, or it was or the babies of it. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea.
wow. Yeah, I mean, I would assume if it's a mama dog woman, okay, sort of a dog man, I guess, right? If it was a mama with
Hmm.
babies, that makes it a little more dangerous to me. I mean, because you got to think about a mama bear. I mean, they'll do anything to protect their cubs. So
Hmm.
I'd be a little more worried if I ran into a mama dog man or mama dog woman with her two babies.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Did
don't
you feel
like
threatened?
honestly. I don't know.
Did you feel like you were
Yeah, when I
threatened by
first
it?
saw it, Well, when I first saw it, I thought it was a Sasquatch. Honestly, I thought I'm seeing the Sasquatch. I'm finally seeing the Sasquatch because of the body structure. Like I said, I couldn't see the face, and then uh, so in my mind it was a Sasquatch running away from us. But then when it turned its head, and then I saw the pointy ears, the fangs, the snout, it's like, oh, that's not no Sasquatch. That's something else. That's a canine head. That's a werewolf.
Yeah. Well, a werewolf. I know I've been exploring the difference between dogmen and werewolves lately, and there's definitely a difference there. And yeah, but
Of
I've
course.
never heard of a werewolf being that big.
I mean, this thing was massive, at least 8 to 10 feet tall, at least. And the chest was 4 to 5 feet wide, at least. This thing was
Okay.
massive.
Wow. Well, that's not the only thing that you guys have experienced out there. And now you're near Fresno, California, right? So,
Correct.
and a bunch of different parks, like is it Yosemite?
Yes,
Yeah,
Yosemite,
Yosemite.
Kings Canyon. Yosemite is the number one hotspot for the missing 411.
I was going to
Uh,
ask that.
we're about two.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
the missing persons clusters out there. I mean, do you guys have a bunch of those? That was like actually my first top question was about missing people.
Yeah, there's been a lot. Every year there's people that go missing in Yosemite every year. Also in Kings Canyon and Sequoia National Park. These other parks next to Yosemite, the same thing. Every year you'll hear about hikers or hunters going missing. Um, yeah, there is. And then we're also close to I've been going about a few months ago. I went with one of my friends up to Dinky Creek near Shaver Lake. So that's just on the outskirts of Yosemite, and that's another missing 411 missing persons area. So we've been out there. Dogman has been seen out there. Sasquatch encounters have been seen, and also UFOs have been seen in that area.
Yeah, they seem to go together, don't they? Have you noticed that?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
We've been noticing that on some of our videos. We've actually picked up EVPs, electronic voice phenomenon, which a lot of the ghost groups, they talk about EVPs being picked up on their videos, and we actually hear some voices in our videos that it's not us. Nobody else is around, so who is it? No, that's a question I have. Is it the cryptids talking to us, or that we're picking up? Is it ghosts? Is it the ghosts that are out there in these areas? What is? That's a question that I have.
Yeah. Yeah, we find a bunch of different phenomenon out there when we're doing our field research too. And wherever there's a place where there's Bigfoots, there's usually ETs, aliens, portals, um, and a lot of other activity. Okay, dogmen, whatever kind of cryptids are out there. And you know what else is always out there? Courts. Okay, whenever we're sent out into an investigation, and just like at a state park that I was called out to last year, the one thing that we always notice is there are veins of quartz rock out there. Okay, quartz
Okay.
crystals. And I think you and
Mm-hmm.
I have had this conversation before in the past about how that's really prevalent in a lot of these areas that we go and investigate. Now, do you think there's some sort of a connection? Because where we found that quartz, we had a portal that we documented with my team. And so it is my opinion. And I mean, I keep quartz around me all the time. I love quartz. Okay. And I pick it up from every place that I investigate and do my research. I have quartz from all the places I go. It it's just so powerful. I do you think that the quartz could be the reason that these cryptids are showing up in these areas?
Yes, I believe so. So Avocado Lake. So that lake was formed uh, back in the 40s, I believe, 40s and 50s, from what I was able to research. They were making that pit was formed because they were building a dam, which is Pine Flat Dam, just up the road from Avocado Lake. So, but what happened was that they hit a underground river, and that pit started filling up with water, from what the story goes, and it filled up real fast that they had to get out of there. So the avocado, that's how Avocado Lake formed. So there's an underground river that goes there, and also the Kings River goes on right behind it. So there's a lot of water, and then there's a lot of granite in that area. All this area is granite, which quartz is in granite. There's a lot of quartz all over the place here. So yes, I believe so. That has something to do with it. Because I
Oh
believe
yeah.
you need water, granite, and then and there's a high magnetic energy. There's some energy is off the charts over there. I don't. I know there's the dams out there, and you got all these power lines going through that area, but I think those power lines has amplified a natural energy source that was out there, and it's just. I think that's why it's such a hotspot area. It's maybe opening a portal here and there,
Oh yeah.
or a bunch of them, or just portals.
Yeah, and I sometimes worry, like if I bring home too much quartz, am I going to get like a holographic ET showing up in my house from where we were? I don't know. You never know. You never know. Or a holographic
You
dog
never
man
know.
in my house. I
Uh-huh.
don't know how I'd feel about that. you know,
Yeah. Yep. And
Hopefully
it's
not.
just not our areas. Avocado Lake is one hotspot, but we found through our research and going out and checking these other areas out that we've found. Um, there's we have different hotspot areas, and each hotspot area is either close to a rock quarry or a lake, a body of water. Okay, and there has to be something going on with that. There has to be something. There's a connection with that, I believe, in my opinion.
Yeah. Not only the granite and the quartz, I think there's also some kind of weird connection with the gold mines too. Okay. And
Yeah.
and that's
Okay.
something that my buddy Fred Roll has talked about with me before, because Sasquatch are often spotted near the gold mines around Alaska. And Lord William, thank you for that super chat. So Lord William says, I'm in LA, but I'm going to Avocado Lake when I get back to Fresno, California. Okay. You better be
Well,
safe out there.
careful. Yeah, you
Yeah,
better be
because
safe.
better be safe.
I'm
Now,
not.
there's
Yeah.
yeah. Do you
I
recommend that people
never.
go out there?
I never go alone. We go either two or three of us go all together. I don't advise you going alone at night. That place, the atmosphere changes as it gets dark. Okay, you can feel it. I mean, we feel it when we're out there. There is stuff out there. Like I told you, there's Dogman for sure. I heard there's a family of Sasquatch out there. There's also flying humanoids. I don't know what type. Is it like a Mothman? I've heard stories like it's a Mothman or flying humanoid type creature. I haven't seen it, but people are telling me there's something else out there. There's a bunch of different stuff out there. Like I said, UFOs. That's a hotspot for UFO activity. If you go on MUFON's website and go on their map on the website and go to Avocado Lake, you're going to see a big cluster of sightings in that area. Huge cluster.
Oh,
So
okay, Brown.
I don't advise you going alone.
Yeah, just be careful. Don't ever go by yourself, y'all. Okay. All right, Lord. Don't go out there by yourself. Okay. Brown Dwarf says Avocado Lake has a news report you can find online about a family of Bigfoots in the area, including a white Sasquatch. Okay. A white one.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, we actually have a white
Yeah.
Sasquatch in North Georgia. There's been one reported in Alabama. We got the Alabama white thing, okay, and it's thang with the THANG. It's got a twang, okay. um, but yeah, there's a I don't know. I guess it's just an anomaly. I guess out of Bigfoots is if Bigfoots are not already an anomaly, okay. But that's
Yeah.
interesting.
And I've also heard of a white Bigfoot here in town because the Kings River runs by our town or
Yeah.
kind of inside our town. And reports down by the river, people have seen a family of Bigfoot. And so this is in town, okay? And then they're also seen a white one, and there's tree fruit. I believe it's a nectarines next to the river. They have nectarine trees, and they've seen that white Bigfoot in that orchard or tree fruit in that ranch. They've seen it at night. There was another group that went out there, and they've captured it on infrared. They said it was a white one that was running through the fields, and another one has been seen past Pine Flat Dam. So that's north of Avocado Lake, past the dam, up more in the mountains. Another white Bigfoot's been seen up there. Don't
Oh
know if
wow.
it's the same one. I don't know. Yeah.
Could be. Wow. Amy, thank you for that super chat. I love you too. And I'm sending you so much love tonight. So thank you so much. You're awesome. Okay, so you're not only experiencing Dogman, Sasquatch up there, you have seen what you could be a pterosaur or a thunderbird too. Tell me about that encounter that you had.
So that particular night, it was me and Jesus now, and that was in the summer of 2020. We went out to the same exact location, the bridge, that turnout. We always go there because we get activity. So that particular night, me and Jesus get there. It was getting dark again. This time I had a spotlight. I had bought a good spotlight, and I wanted to try it, see how good it was. And we got off, and not probably about 5 minutes as we were there, I was panning with the spotlight just through all this shrubbery, and there's a little island in this Kings River, and there's a bunch of shrubs in there, and I want to see if I can catch some eye shine or something, get some eye shine. And so I was just going with the spotlight back and forth, and all of a sudden I hear a loud shriek, and it sounded like a bird. And there is crane out there. We have crane out there. We've seen pelicans out there. So I thought it was one of those birds when I heard that loud shriek noise, and all of a sudden I see this bird coming out of this shrubbery, okay, this tall shrubbery. But I'm thinking it's a crane because I just saw that, like, the side profile real quick. I saw the side coming out, and I thought it was a crane. And so I tell Jesus, check out this bird. It's coming out of it was a bird because we both heard the noise. He's coming out of that shrub, and I had the light on it. So Jesus was there, and I'm over here looking behind us because I know what's behind us. Dogman likes to sneak up. So I have my head on the swivel, I don't want to be surprised again. So my head's on the swivel. And then Jesus says, "Hey, that's a large bird." And when he said that, I turned right back and made sure I had the light on it. And sure enough, when I looked back, this thing has no feathers. It's standing on the rocks. It's back towards us, kind of sideways, but you can see the side. And then it turned its head, long beak, at least 2 feet long. And then I saw a big bone structure around the eye. Had a big bone structure around the eye, and then I saw a little nub on the head. Not a big pointy one, but a little nub. And then I'm looking at it. It has no feathers. Like, what the heck? So meanwhile, me and Jesus are observing this thing. We're not talking to each other. We're both observing this thing. And all of a sudden, it opens up its wings. And when it opened up its wings, it was at least, we could see it had no feathers. It looked like a bat wing. Okay?
Wow.
Looked like bat wings. It had leathery, grayish, brownish type skin. And then it real slowly, it flapped its wings real slow. And then it was off the ground. So I couldn't see the underbelly. Like I said, it had its back towards us. And then like I said, it flapped its wings real slow, and it was off the ground. And then one more time, real slow, and it was over the bridge, and it was heading towards the dam. I did see like little feet on the bottom because the body shape came down, and then you got little feet on the bottom. But I couldn't see. I didn't see a tail, but we saw the skin. It was like a bat type skin, leathery type skin. So after we observed it go over the bridge, me and Jesus look at each other, and we ask each other, "Hey, what did you see?" And he's telling me, "Well, what did you see?" I'm like, "Well, you tell me first, and then I'll tell you." So he's telling me, "Well, I saw this, no feathers. I saw the nub on the head, I saw the long beak." And then I said, "Okay, so did I." And I go, "Did we just see a pterodactyl or a pterosaur?" And he says, "Yeah, I believe we did." And that year, we were already hearing about 3 other encounters along the Kings River. People had seen this type of a bird, but you don't believe it until you see it, And we had our encounter.
Well, there are a lot of reports of pterosaurs or pterodactyls all over North America, South America, and Central America right now, which I find fascinating. There are no birds with no feathers. I don't think, right? Mm-hmm. That would be a flying reptile.
Exactly.
It's wild. Okay, what kind of connection do you think CERN could have to all this, and some kind of hadron collider, or do you think that has a connection to all these cryptid sightings that you're having?
In my opinion, yes. I believe that thing is causing, when that thing is on, and I don't know if it's just one I think there's multiple ones around the world. And when they turn those things on, I think everything it goes haywire. Meaning, I mean, the veil goes through in between dimensions. I think you're opening up portals, is what you're doing. You know, it's thinning the veil between interdimensional. What do you call it? Interdimensions. You
Frequencies,
know.
I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
frequency. Exactly.
I can't
So
disagree with that. I think that there's some kind of frequency that is kind of changing. They're putting us on different frequencies or something, and it's taking that veil away. And I
exactly.
think we're
Yes.
running into a whole bunch more of these cryptids out there, including
A lot of
pterodactyls.
stuff's coming through. Yeah.
I think so, or maybe we're just
Yeah.
able to see it
Yep.
now. Maybe it's always been there. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, from what I've been researching, this area, I found a book, and in this book, it talks about the flying reptiles or flying dragons. They called them back in the 1800s, and it
Ooh.
mentions Wheatley, California, my town,
Oh,
and back in the
really?
1800s, and it mentions the Kings River. Yeah, it mentions the Kings River, and it mentions another town that's 15 minutes away from us. It's called Selma, California, and there's also an article from the LA newspaper back in the day about um, looking for a group of hunters to go to Selma and Wheatley area to go hunt these flying reptiles, which was the pterodactyls.
Oh,
There's a
wow.
news clip on it.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
so
Yeah, it's
they've
really
been here a
interesting
long
how you
time.
can, yeah, you can go back and see newspaper articles from the 1800s about our giants, all the lost giants and the giant skeletons unearthed, and even
Right.
wild men and Bigfoots. They don't report about that so much these days.
Yeah,
But okay,
you gotta be careful because they call them different names back then. So you gotta decipher. They weren't called Bigfoot back then. They're called giants, or they were called something else, wild man. You just
yeah,
gotta do your research. Yeah.
yeah, you do. Okay, Lord William is asking, what's the hot spot in Fresno for ETs? He wants to go have an ET experience. Hopefully not an abduction. Okay.
well, there's one where my friend has been abducted multiple times. It's
Uh-oh.
it's north of Fresno. It's near Yosemite. It's called Courtright Reservoir. Courtright Reservoir, and he and his friends were abducted one night, and there was a documentary made on them. It's on YouTube if you want to go watch it. It's called 10/11/02. It's the date 10/11/02, and it's his documentary of him and his friends being abducted. What happened to them that night and afterwards. But yeah, that's an area that's known for UFO activity, and it's crazy up there. I've been up there. A lot of granite everywhere. Again, quartz, water. Um, it's very eerie. Uh, there is structures. I found structures when I went up there. X's, you know, um, rock stacks. I found rock stacks up there. So is it Bigfoot? Is it the aliens that are doing it? I don't know. But my friend and his friends were abducted up there,
Wow.
and they won't go up there by themselves anymore, and they won't stay the night. They will not stay the
Um,
night.
yeah, I can imagine. I wouldn't be so comfortable spending the night either. But I mean, that's kind of what I do. I think that I've probably had abduction experiences. I don't know for sure, but we keep going out there. We're gluttons for punishment, I guess. But yeah, it's that could be pretty terrifying. Now is Adolf ten
Oh
eleven
yeah,
oh
that's him.
two?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, Adolf. Yeah,
he just said
Adolf's my
that's
friend.
me. Okay, I had to ask.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah,
Awesome. Well,
the
thanks
way
for
he
being here.
spelled it, the way he
Okay.
spelled it, that 10/11/02. That's what you need to spell on YouTube, and you'll find the video.
Okay, so y'all go to 101102, spelled just like this down here on the
Yeah,
screen, and you'll find that documentary down there. I'm gonna go check that out after the show tonight, for sure.
it's a
Wow.
very very well done documentary.
Yeah,
And
Brown Dwarf was saying that's this area, Yosemite, is where a lot of in your region, that's where the biggest clusters of missing people are. Out of all the clusters, that's like the clusters of all clusters are right there.
yes, exactly. Yes,
Wow,
there's a
I
lot
bet
of
that
granite up there. Yeah,
a lot of
quartz,
granite, and
granite.
so I guess quartz is a conductor, right? I mean, that's why I think that there could be portals opening there.
Yep.
That's what I think. I think that that's where Earth's natural portals could be opening up and closing right there
Hmm.
potentially, where all that quartz is. So
Yeah, I was wanted to
Who
ask you
knows?
about your portal experience. Um,
Yeah.
so when we have a particular place that we went to, and this was where we captured them in the pictures. I sent you that one picture. The one there's two looks like two figures staring right back at me.
Okay.
One's in the
Let's see.
tree and one's in front of me.
One's in a tree. Okay.
And
Is it the first pictures you sent where you're standing in the picture? That one or another one?
I meant, well, no, not that one. It's another one. I have circled it in the tree, and then there's
Ah, here we
one you can
go.
see.
Got it. Right here. This one?
That's another one. That's another one.
Okay. So not that one.
Well, this one, no, not that one, but this one, you can see the dog. We call it a dog, man. You can see it right staring right at us, and this was alongside the road. We can on this particular one, we got off the van because I had found structures in this eucalyptus trees, this little island of eucalyptus trees next to this road, and I wanted to check that out. And as soon as we got off the van, I started smelling like rotten meat, uh, bad odor, like bad, like something dead was there. And I told my cousin, you know what? Start taking pictures of all the dark areas. Just take pictures. Just take them because there's something here. I was feeling something was there. I just couldn't see it. And sure enough, when we got back, he showed me the photos. And I go, dude, it's staring right at us. It looks like a dog, man. It has a dog head on it.
Wow.
And I don't know if you guys can see it, but I try to outline it there. I can see the nose. I can see the eyes.
I see it. I saw, yeah, I see it in the other picture too. And when you circle it, it's easier to see it, but I could see it without
Yeah.
the circle on it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. I mean, you've got some pretty good evidence here with a lot of these pictures. You even got some tree structures that you sent me. And how often
Yeah.
do you come across tree structures in the
Um,
woods?
Pretty often. Well, when I'm paying attention, I can point them out. I can see them. And once I see them, I tell the guys, "Hey, there's another area that we need to go investigate and go check this area out because I'm seeing structures." And that's when usually stuff happens. We're out there.
Oh
Here's
yeah,
another one. This is going up to Avocado Lake. Okay, uh, this is going up to Avocado Lake, and it's a few miles just before you get to Avocado Lake. I noticed this. It's an eucalyptus tree, and I noticed this branch going across, and then another one coming in. And that's your typical, to me, that's your typical Sasquatch structure there. And this is right in front of a house. And this house is now for sale.
whoa.
It's now for sale. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
And
right in
it's
front
not
of
there
a
no more.
house.
Yeah. And there's another picture I think I sent you. You can see the for sale sign in it. And yeah, there you
Oh
go.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it could have been from a tornado or something, but probably not, because that is very
No,
typical. Y'all
we
don't
don't
have
have
tornadoes
tornadoes
out there?
here.
Yeah, you
No.
got no tornadoes out there. We got tornadoes all the time out here in the South.
Yeah.
I
No,
get
it's
I
not
get
weather
southern
related. I can
sometimes.
tell you that.
Yeah. Wow. Well, it is pretty typical of like the star formations that they make out in the fields or out in the woods, I guess.
Mm,
Very
yeah.
interesting, man.
This is
I mean,
near
that's
this is near the family
suburban.
of the where the family it's near where the family of Sasquatch were seen too.
Oh wow,
Yep.
family that was actually in the news that Brown Dwarf was talking about.
Hmm.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, that
Yep.
that's interesting that it was in the news like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it
not
went
it's not
viral.
typical.
Yeah,
Oh
it went viral
wow.
down here.
Okay.
And that's how Cryptid 559 started. We heard about that video, and that's how we started going up there.
Oh
And
really?
that's how the channel. Yeah. So we started our own
Oh
channel.
oh wow,
And
that's
I
amazing.
had a UFO encounter, the triangles back in the late 80s. Yeah. So
Wow,
yeah,
that's awesome. Okay,
I've experienced a lot
so
of
I
stuff. Lived in a haunted house.
you lived in a haunted. I've lived in a haunted house. I've lived in a couple of haunted houses. But yeah, haunted that's always those make for interesting stories. And so Renee's in the chat says yes, the quartz is the catalyst to portals. Man, that's pretty cool confirmation. Renee knows what he's talking about. So that would absolutely
Hmm.
make sense. I mean, and they also use quartz in what watches and radio, radar,
Right.
TV. Okay, like all sorts of stuff. It is a conductor of sorts. So
Yep.
there's some validity to all that, to the courts being places of high strangeness. quartz veins. So yeah, if you guys want to go find some high strangeness out in the woods, y'all go find some quartz veins or a quarry, right?
Right. Yeah, a lot of our stuff's near quarries, rock quarries.
Yeah.
Yep, there's a
Wow.
connection.
Wow.
I don't know if
Okay.
they mess with something in the ground, or they dug up something, or just they opened something with the rock quarries, because there's always rock quarries in our hotspots. There's usually one real close by.
Yeah. Wow. Very cool. Very cool. Well, we have a couple more pictures that we can show tonight too.
Sure.
Let me hide that comment. And I don't know. I'm not sure what this is. I don't think I've talked with you about this one before.
No, this
What
was
are
another
these
area.
pictures of?
This is another area near a Snake Road. It's another hotspot near Sanger, California, and there's another that's right behind a rock quarry. This is
Of
private.
course.
Yeah, this is private land. It's right next to a road, a busy road. So me and my cousin went out there this particular time, and I told him, you know what, I want to go check this area out just from the road. It's private land. We can't get in there, but I just want to check it out from the road. So we stopped and parked on the side of the road, and I want to check it out. It's like a swampy type area. There's water in there. There's another picture that all the water and stuff. But as soon as I got there, I felt like something was there. I just felt uneasy. So I went walking. My cousin stayed by the truck, and I went walking between that fence line, and then there was a citrus orchard. So there's an avenue between the two properties. So I went walking down the avenue a little bit, and I started feeling uneasy. And then I took some pictures. Now, in this picture, I took it because I felt like something was inside there. Something was, I don't know. I just felt something was there. But see that darkness in the middle there? I didn't see that when I was out there, but in the pictures that came out, and to me, I see a face in there, and I got the chills when I looked at it at home, because I see a face in there, and it reminded me of a skinwalker face, and I got
Ooh.
the chills, and I couldn't see that picture for about a couple of weeks. I got bad vibes off those pictures. I can see them now, but when I first took them, I was just getting bad vibes. I go, nah, I can't do this for some reason.
Oh my God.
There must have been something there.
Yeah, well, you got to go with your gut, Javier. Okay, always go with your gut. If you feel like something's off, there's usually something off. Okay, uh,
Mhm.
about 10 times out of 10, your gut's going to tell you what's going on out there. So,
And
yeah, and,
yeah,
and you said skinwalker. That sounds creepy. I've
yeah,
dealt with some skinwalkers. Well, I
yeah,
thought I was going to have to deal with skinwalkers. Yeah.
yeah. In that middle section, that darkness. If you really go in there and zoom, you'll see a face. I see a face, and to me, it reminds me of a skinwalker. And then during that time, my cousin, like I said, was staying by the road, and he was hearing like a lady yelling, but on the opposite side of the road and the opposite side of the field. And he was calling me over there. He's like, "Hey, get over here! Just get over here!" And I'm over here like, "Wait a minute," because I think there's something over here. And I took pictures. So finally, I get with my cousin, and I go, "Do you?" And he's telling me, "Do you hear that?" I go, "No. What? What are you hearing?" There's like, "Yeah, a lady yelling. She's screaming." I go, "Dude, I can't hear nothing. You're hearing it. I don't. I'm not hearing nothing." He goes, "Dude," and it goes, "There it is again." I go, "Dude, I'm not hearing nothing. You're hearing it. Maybe it's meant for you, but I'm not hearing nothing." And he was just tripping out. It's like, let's get out of here.
Yeah,
Like,
it's never
yeah,
fun
it
hearing a
was
woman screaming. Yeah, or
yeah,
a lot of different animals also sound like a woman screaming. I mean, we've heard bobcats and that sound like women screaming, and but also skinwalkers. Okay, I've seen those TikTok videos where there's men out there in the woods screaming for help, and I don't know.
yeah,
It's almost like they're trying to lure you out so they can take you, and
hmm
Lord knows what they're going to do with you. I have no idea. I don't
yeah.
want to be
So
on the, I don't want to be something supper that night.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Now when I get
Yeah.
those bad vibes, we take our pictures, and then we're out. We're out of here. It's like, nah, there's something here that's I'm not feeling it. We're out, and it's not
Yeah.
good when you get that bad feeling. No, we won't stay long.
Yeah.
And some
What's,
people say,
what's,
well, some people tell
okay.
me, well, why you guys don't stay there? You guys, if you're feeling it, stay there. And this is that. You know what? You come in out here and do it, and then you tell me if you're gonna stay out here when you get that feeling, and stuff happens to you, you know. It's different if you're not doing it yourself. You got to come out here and experience this. And then
Yeah,
I want to talk to you. A lot of people tell me,
exactly.
I don't, you know.
Trust me, I know. And people have used to ask me before I ever went public about my research, what's, what are Bigfoots like? And like, what is it like to be out there Bigfoot? And I'm like, well, why don't you go figure it out for yourself? You got to go figure it out. Is Bigfoot real? Is what I'd get asked. And I'd say, well, to me it is, but you're going to have to find out for yourself. You don't have to take it from me.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
because what we experience out there is beyond words sometimes. It's hard to even describe it to people, because not only is it's kind of scary. I try not, I don't get super scared at all. I really never have. I mean, I get a little nervous and we have jump scares
Right,
sometimes.
right.
But it's only natural. If you're not scared a little bit, you're not human. Okay.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. But yeah, I would never go out in the woods alone. Now, do you guys go out in a group, or you don't ever go
Like
out by yourself, do you?
I never go out by myself. It's either two of us or three of us, or maybe if somebody else wants to come with one of our other friends. But yeah, I never go out alone. That's one thing that we always tell each other. We're never going to these places by ourselves. We always go together, or a group, a bigger group, because we know what's out there. We know what's out there.
Yeah. What's the scariest thing you ever encountered out in the woods? Was it the dog man, or have you had other scary experiences?
Um, I want to say right now it's the dog man, because it creeped up behind me, and we didn't and it was stealth. I didn't back then I didn't know dogmen were in this area. But yeah, I want to say the dogman.
Yeah.
That was the craziest, and I wouldn't say I was
Did,
scared, but I was also excited at the same time. I don't know if that makes any sense. I was both. I was excited. I was seeing something, and I was a little scared. Yeah.
oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, have you ever thought about what you would do if you ever did encounter a portal? Do you have any kind of, protocol, or I mean, would you go into it? That's the big question. Would you walk into a portal, Javier?
Okay. I don't know about you, Jessica. I know if you've experienced portals. I don't know if we've actually. I don't know if we actually walked in one, and we didn't know, and then we walked out of it. I don't know, because like I said, that one picture I sent you, we went into this particular area, and Jesus picked up bad vibes right away. He's like, dude, I don't like this area, and we were just barely walking in. It's like, what? Come on, dude. It's like, dude, I'm telling you right now, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling this area. There's something here, and I can feel it. But I was all excited because there was structures in there, and I can hear them moving around, and I can sense there's something there, and there was a lot of them, a lot of whatever it was in there, and I kept going. It's like, okay, look, Jesus, you stay back, you take pictures, and I was recording, and the video, you want to go check it out on our YouTube channel. It's called In the Trees. That's the title of the video. So I was going in there with the video camera, and I was recording everything, and Jesus stayed back. And he goes, yeah, you go, because I'm not feeling this, dude. I'm going to stay out here in the open. I'll watch you. If something happens to you, I'll go get help. Well, thanks a lot. Takes a lot, buddy. So he let me go by myself. And Jessica, I can hear him running away from me. I can feel him and hear him going up the trees, but I couldn't see him. I just couldn't see him. And I can smell him. And Jesus, I told Jesus, with sign language, I told him, take pictures, take pictures everywhere. Just take pictures. And sure enough, when we got back, in one of the photos, you see me on the bottom. That's the one I sent you. And there's one in the tree, and there's another one looking right in front of me, staring right at me. It looks like a figure.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Do you want me to? Should I pull that one up? Do you want me to pull that picture up?
yeah, if you can find it there.
Let's see if we can find it. Okay. Let's see here. Is it this one right
It's a
here?
big
The one,
yellow circle.
oh, a big yellow
No,
circle?
that's
That's
yeah,
not that one.
that's
I don't know if I have a yellow
no, that's
circle
another.
one. Is
There
that
we go.
it?
That one
There it
right there.
is.
That one right
There
there.
it is.
Yeah.
Found it. Oh yeah,
So
very
I'm right
cool.
there at the bottom. I'm right there at the bottom of that tree limb. That tree, going down there. You can barely see my back there. And then up there on that yellow circle, you see something that looks like a dog man staring down at me. And then I circled the other one that was right in front of me. It looks like the kind of like the sand people from Star Wars. There's another figure there, and then there might be more in the video, but those two, popped out right away. And Jesus was like, "Dude, we got him on photo." It's like I knew there was something there. I knew there was, and there's different ones. They don't look alike. They're different. So I don't know if they're elementals. People tell me it's a dogman and the other one's a Sasquatch. I mean, I don't know.
I know there's a lot of debate over that, like Dogman and Sasquatch. Are they mortal enemies? Are they friends? They work in conjunction. I don't know. I don't have the answers to that. I mean, I would assume that they don't get along so well because I know how territorial Sasquatch are. From the research that my team does, we know they're very territorial. I would assume Dogman is just equally as territorial. And so I can't imagine them wanting to be able to share the resources, the food, all that stuff out there. It wouldn't make sense for them to be living together, but I don't know. Boo the Beagle, thank you so much for that super chat. These national forests and parks are huge old native land, long history. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And that's where you do most of your research, are out in those national forests, right?
Yep. Well, ours is in the valley floor. I mean, yeah, it's all native land back in the day. You don't know what's under the ground here or what. Yeah.
Did you just say underground? So that would, I mean, I got to say, I believe that there's a lot of underground facilities and bases underneath this national forest. There's no telling what all's going on down there. I mean, I have some ideas because I've remote viewed some of those areas. So I know there's some, I'm not going to just say nefarious things going on, but just secretive things going on down there involving cryptids, potentially.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what we think along the same line there.
Okay.
Also going back to the portals, Jessica. So see, like in that picture, like I said, we went into this property. So I don't know. Did we walk into a portal and then walk out of it? Because we sensed everything and we don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know your experiences with portals. You know how they look. What you've come across. I always ask myself, could we have walked into a portal that we not even knowing and then came back out? I mean, I don't know.
Well, how many Mandela effects did you have the next day? I mean, I'm just wondering. I'm just kidding. I mean, you might have stepped into another dimension. I mean, seriously, we just don't know. We really don't know. And my teammates, we did send 2 people into that portal, and what we consider to be a portal, and they said the environment changed slightly. Okay, and it was from the stars disappearing to the vegetation on the ground changing, and the temperature changing just a little bit. And they didn't know they had stepped into anything except for that. So it could be. You could walk in. They were able to walk in and walk back out. And the reason we know they went in and out is because their heat signatures disappeared, and we have a video of it as they stepped up to it. And when they stepped back out, they reappeared. Yeah, their heat signatures reappeared on the video. So weird stuff, weird times. There's so many dangers out there, Javier, and I think you're covering all the bases. Okay, so I hope you guys are staying safe out there. I remember last time I talked to you, you said that one of your teammates always had a gut feeling, and when he had a bad gut feeling, you knew, like, he meant it. Like, you knew that there's probably danger around you. So I recommend that for anyone who's out in the woods, out in the field. If you get a bad gut feeling about something, pay attention to what's going on around you.
Yeah, we always ask each other when we're out in the field, how are you feeling? What are you feeling? Am I feeling it? We always ask each other. If somebody's picking something up, then we make a note of it and just keep asking each other, I'm not feeling it, or somebody's getting a headache, or I'm not feeling well. We'll go ahead and go back out of that area.
Yeah. That's the smart thing to do. That's absolutely the smart thing to do. Do you have any advice for people that are going to be out in Fresno or the Yosemite Park or any of the places that you research? What is some advice that you would give to my viewers tonight? Because I know we had a couple people that want to get out there and do some roaming around in your research area.
The Yosemite?
Yeah, Yosemite or any of the parks, anywhere. Yeah. Any of those spots.
Yeah, any of the parks. I just say be aware of your surroundings. Be close to your group. Stay close together. Don't go wandering off by yourself. And I've also heard stories of if you start hearing music or whistling in the forest, and you're the only one that's hearing it, do not follow that sound. Okay, do not go. Don't follow that sound. Go with your group. Tell somebody else that you're hearing this. If they're not hearing it, it's not a good sign. I advise you just stay with your group. Don't go by yourself.
No. Okay, because we're talking about skinwalkers at this point. Okay, so skinwalkers, dogman, pterosaurs, aliens, portals. Everybody stay safe out there, okay? But don't be scared to go in the national forest. Okay. You don't recommend people not go to the forest like I do, right? You just go out there and enjoy yourselves, but just keep your head on a swivel.
It's just go.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mean to scare anybody from going to the forest, because national parks. No, just be aware of your surroundings. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. Listen, this hour has flown by tonight, Javier. Oh my gosh. I hope that you'll come back and hang out with me here at Space Out Radio again very soon, because I know you're always out in the field. You guys are doing some pretty cutting edge research out there, and you're having some great results. Where can people find your videos, and how can people get in touch with you?
You can find us on YouTube, Cryptid559, and also on Facebook, Cryptid559. But on Facebook, it'll be the 559 will be in Roman numerals. So just look for our logo on Facebook, and then send me a friend request, and then I'll accept you. Okay.
Yeah. You guys, please go subscribe over on YouTube. They do have a great YouTube channel, and please tell your teammates we said hello here at Space Out Radio, and be safe out there, Javier. Okay, be safe. And if you think you're walking into a portal, turn around and walk out, please. Don't go in there. When I asked you that question, I was hoping you'd say no. Don't go in the portal. You can help it. Okay. The answer is no. Okay. I'm just kidding. Okay.
Okay. No.
Awesome. Say no next time. Okay. Just say no to portals. Okay. And probes. We can help it. All right. All right, Javier.
There you go.
Have a wonderful night. Okay. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye. Good night.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you next time. See ya. All right, y'all. That was a great interview. Javier is the best, and I can't wait to meet his teammates in the future. All right, y'all, please go and hang out at After Hours right after this show. I will see you guys next time over here on Off the Trails. That's going to be next weekend. I really am very thankful for everybody who sent in super chats tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And please come see me on my channel, The Cryptid Huntress, this week. I have 2 amazing shows. Wednesday at 1 p.m. On A Glitch in the Matrix. And Thursday night, I believe I have my buddy Bigfoot Michigan Rob coming on. We're going to be talking about dogmen, okay, on Thursday night. So that's going to be another fantastic show. I have remote viewed something very interesting for that show. Okay, so you guys have a great night. I will see you guys next time. For now, I'm Jessica Jones. I'm the Cryptid Huntress, heading off the trails. Y'all stay safe out there. I'll see y'all next time.